Well, I think we're the community tonight. So we have 6, whereas last time we had 4. So that's getting good. Um, Corey, for your benefit, last time we went through kind of why we started Yerp, where we're headed, and a quick demo kind of what the app is doing today, and then kind of the direction that we're headed for tomorrow, or future. So we'll probably do that same format, even though it's really just 6 of us, but we're hopefully next week it'll be like 8 of us, and then like 12 of us, and then like 600 of us on the next one. So we'll do the quick intro. So my name's Adam. I'm one of the co-founders, and I am a techie geek and the person who is doing most of the coding behind the scenes. And then Chris.
I'm the other co-founder, and I am not a techie person. I do all the marketing and try to use my phone to help Adam as much as I can, but I'm not very good at it.
That's not true. He is one of the best bug crushers I've seen. And if you've watched our social, he eats bugs, is what we say. So then we've got Lauren. You want to do the honors there?
Hey. Yeah, I'm Lauren. I'm in the Greenville, South Carolina area also, and I am helping get the word out to all the adventuring supporters of businesses, group facilitators, people who are just gathering people around adventuring. I'm here to help spread that word and just be also, I'm a hiking only. I'm the one person who came here to do one thing on the app. But yeah, so I'm here as a hiker.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then we've got Marucci. She's in our West Coast area. I don't know. Do you want to talk, or shall I introduce you?
Sure, go ahead.
So Marucci's a friend of mine. I've known her since I was 16 years old, which is young as I look. It's quite a while ago. And we're hoping that Marucci will end up being the Lauren for the Colorado faction of our app as we launch out there. So. And then we've got Joanne here hiding from the camera, which I believe is family, right?
Yeah, that is actually my mother-in-law, and she can't get the mic to work. So.
Fun. And Corey, you're here. So what's your story? Why are you here? What do you do? What's special?
So why I'm here is I had a conversation a couple months ago with my friend and said, I wish there was a way to help people get more connected and find ways to do activities that they enjoy doing, because so much on Facebook you see, I'm lonely. Does anyone want to go do this? And it just seems like there's just this disconnect that it would just be. And I was like, I'm not going to build an app, but I feel like there's a way to get people connected to combat this just loneliness that people have, and to get out and get outdoors more often and make them more empowered to take care of themselves. So that's why I was like, when I saw this, I was like, yes. This is fantastic, because getting out there and having to join all the Facebook groups, and I know tons of people that don't want to be on Facebook, there's got to be a better way to do this. So I love what you all are doing, and was waiting for it to drop. So congratulations on getting your approval.
That makes me very happy. That makes me very happy to hear. So you just basically sent out our vision and our mission statement right there in your own words, and that is fantastic. Who tipped you off, or how did you find us?
I honestly don't even know where I saw it. At this point, I'm I don't even remember. It might have been on one of the groups, one of the local groups somewhere. So Warren maybe was doing a good job of posting stuff around there, because that's how I came across it.
It's Chris.
I think people just yearn for the Yerp, so it might have just came to you in a dream, and you're like, I need to go look and see if this is real. So,
can you hear me now, Chris?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah. Okay, good. Hi.
Hello. Welcome. Are you getting out and doing some rock climbing this week too?
Sure, why not? Chris, going to be about 2 foot high.
Cool. Well, going from there, so I think we had some wins of the week that we kind of logged. That's one of our. Oh,
Sorry, we are recording. I just wanted to double check, triple check, but we're good. Sorry,
No,
I
let's
missed,
edit that
I
out.
missed that signal early.
No, I threw it up earlier, so we're good. We didn't miss that this time, so that's good. We had one of our segments that we're going to do every week is wins of the week. So, like, what have we seen, done, got excited about that community building and all that stuff. So, what I know, like for me, my exciting one. Well, there was a couple that I thought was really cool, but number one was last week on this call at this exact time, we had 69. No. That was our internal meeting. We had just hit 100 users last week at this time. So we are now at 166 as I'm looking at the count. So we've gained 66%. If I'm decent at math, I believe that is the correct number in a single week, which sounds like a ton of people and like not enough all at the same time, which I think is what I said last week. So that to me is a win. And then the other one, and I might be stealing your thunder, I don't know, but I won't. So Chris, you sent a screenshot last night that I thought was really cool. Do you know what I'm talking about?
The one where somebody had commented and recommended our app, and we don't know who it is.
Yeah.
Just
like,
Nice.
Yeah, that's like a pinch me moment. Like, when we start having folks, and I guess Corey, you're kind of in that bucket too. Like, we didn't know you before we started this, and we're starting to see people show up. Like, of the 166 people, I might know 20 of them, which is pretty cool. But now we're starting to see people actually recommend us unsolicitedly on Facebook when people are like, hey, I'm looking to get out. And that was really cool for me. So what else was on our wins list?
So our next to our 100th person joining was the fact that we got our Google Play approval like literally the next morning. So like last Wednesday we were talking about trying to figure out how to release to Android users, and then literally like as we were trying to figure out and scramble to get Android users on to the app, they literally approved us and we're like, oh cool, actually here's the app.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome.
That feels like last year. Like it feels like we've already had like like a year of road behind us from that. But yeah that did happen. That's cool. What else? Lauren, you had one, I think, didn't you? I thought we had you threw a win of the week in there. Let me look at our Slack channel real quickly and see.
I've got it up right now.
I thought we had another one that was exciting. Dead air. I know we're going like for dead air.
I think for me personally, it was like with both the releases being both ready to get, like anybody can get the Play Store. I've just been personally telling anybody and everybody, it's just been much more confident to be like, it's out there, like go test it, go download it, go do it, test it. And also like I've started to reach out to those really passionate community builders this week. So my big win in what I'm doing and how I'm helping build the community around is like reaching out and making sure the people who are at these like central points that are really, really important to these communities are finding out about us so that they can benefit from this too, because it's supposed to be like that whole full circle thing. So just making sure that they know as users, but also as to help them in their businesses, make sure that they're supporting these adventurers as we're starting to grow. So that's been a big win, like having both Play Store and Apple like ready to go. It's just been super easy just to like, yeah, it's out there. Y'all like go download it and break it and test it. It's been cool.
That was another win. I think the other one that we were looking for was that we had released the posts portion for the home feed, and we had somebody make a post that we don't know, and they actually posted and had a bunch of activity.
That was the snow backpacker guy.
Yep, sweet JP.
JP, that was cool. So, all right. Well, that moves us from the wins of the week over to like the asks. And so, I know Lauren, you had an ask, which was your shop thing, right? Like favorite shops. So I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I wanted to hear the community, again, just kind of circling back since I just spoke, but really like finding out who where are we going? What are we like? Who are places that we support, whether it's for gear or for cool places to hang out around, just like favorites, because it really is community built. And that same thing goes for like what kind of spots are our places that we want to make sure that they are available or searchable or like findable on our app, to make sure that that full circle newbies or new to the area or just general users they can find the things that they're looking for when they're looking for them to support their adventure. So that's what I would like to know. So Corey, if you have some favorite spots that you like to go to, or favorite shops, or like places that you're like, this is the place I always go to for I know Adam always uses chalk for climbing. I'm not a climber, but as an example, or like where you go get your bike gear or whatever. We'd love to hear any recommendations of places that you just are like a stand for.
It's a great question. More focused on food is my niche. Like if there's a place, like typically I like to pick places that are close to, we can grab a beer or food afterwards. So that's more like the gear. Oh, we buy it. We get most of our gear online and stuff.
We want to know where you're getting food and beers. What is
that?
Where
do you go after a ruck or a hike or something that we should tap into and let them know that we exist and create a relationship with them?
Yeah, so like if we do it in TR, there's the Coastal Crust and the Community Tap there, the Swamp Rabbit Brewery. So that's a TR. If we're doing it downtown, they usually start. Greg is the Ruck Club that I'm in. Greg, he runs it. Long story. We can talk about all the things about Go Ruck and all their lackeys. So yeah, I don't want to. I'll go down like a lot of rabbit holes, y'all. Like don't. But yes, so Unity Park is where we go, and then we go downtown. And sometimes like we've done a brew rock where we stopped at a couple of breweries and whatnot. So, and me personally, like if I go for a hike, after I go on a hike, I usually am like, is there a brewery from where I hiked to home that I can go and stop at?
Are you a hoppy person, an IPA person, a light milk pilsner? What's your drink of choice after a hike?
That's a great question. As long as it is not a triple, a quad, most imperials, I'm good. I'll drink the beer. Yep.
All right, just equal opportunity beer drinker. I love it.
Yeah.
So, where do you find yourself hitting most often? Is it the Unity Park area where they've got like the food kitchen there? What do they call that? What is that?
It's the commons.
Thank you.
Yeah. But like we usually do it in the morning, or we were. So that like half the places aren't always open by the time we're done, but like we do go. I know the other guy that does Ruck Greenville, he always has this on Thursdays at Pickle Park.
Oh, that place is cool. I stopped in there for the first time like last month.
So he always does that one on Thursday nights. I have some opinions on that group, but I'll leave those for myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say we're recording, so only if they're good.
We can, I'm like, and then we can do like an follow up. But I know the guy who owns Pickle Park, at least. I know Nick Gilly. So yeah, that's good to know that. And we were just talking about in our internal call, like, where are people just hanging out? So it's just good to know, like, what are the schedules that we just don't know about? Because I'm not in that community specifically. So it's just good to hear, like, any given night, you're probably going to hit something at Unity Park, something related to this. So it's good to know. But I'm also with you on if I'm going hiking or some sort of activity like this, it's got some mileage, I would like a beer after. So right there with you.
I'm looking for pizza after anything. Pizza.
Pizza and
Pizza.
I know a guy that they're the Greenville Natural History Association, that hiking group.
Yep.
One guy, every time on a Thursday night, he's always going to Smoothie King for a smoothie. Like that's his, like, I will push through so I can go get my smoothie at Smoothie King. So like it's, everyone's got their things, but yeah, pizza and beer is usually top of the list for us.
You mentioned Coastal Crest, which I actually really, really like. But I can't tell you how many times on a Sunday I have gotten out of Table Rock or somewhere else out west or north and come down to TR to go to Sidewall and get a pizza. Sidewalk
Mhm.
is open on Sundays.
But Sidewall's got the salad to go with it. The
That's
salad is
right.
what hits.
Caleb just said they're having some deal too. Like if you get a $50 gift card, that you get something else. And we haven't been there in so long. So now it's 2 people in the last like hour and a half that have said,
That's
gotta go
Sidewalk.
back to Sidewall. So I
Yeah.
gotta go back now.
Funny. Marucci, I know you're
Not
on the
paid by
West-
Sidewall.
What's that?
So not paid by Sidewall.
Not
So-
paid. Yeah, we're not yet. Not yet.
I'm gonna show him this meeting and a recording
Yeah,
and be like, hey,
really.
we need a sponsor.
Yeah.
This
We'll
is-
eat
this is
Sidewall
it.
pizza while we talk.
Yeah.
Why
All
be
6
on
people.
Yerp? This is why.
So, Marucci, I know you're out on the West Coast. We're not quite there yet, but when you get off a run or whatever you're excited to do, what's your thing? What are you doing?
Well, yeah, I like a reward that involves something that undoes the healthy component of what I just completed. Makes me feel alive. So yeah, I mean, I'll do pizza, I'll do beer, I'll do wine. I mean, you name it. When you guys were all talking about the food, we hike. We have a few friends that we hike with, and we have this one couple that are in their, well, they're in their mid 70s, and they hike with their granddaughter, and their granddaughter introduced a new hiking trick to get grandma and grandpa to kick it up. And she busted out Nerds, the gummy Nerds, and it's like watching a child have sugar for the first time. And it was like, these 2 people are just very cool, laid back. And I'm like, I'm trying to get the granddaughter to tell me, did you put something in there other than she goes, it's just sugar. So yeah, so gummies are now a part of I'm putting it in my pack wherever I go. If I'm going for a long distance, I'm no longer doing all the gels and all of the, no, I'm going to do
Gummy
the
clusters.
Nerd gummy. Yes, the clusters.
Nerd gummy clusters. This
Oh my
is where I get into. I'm a weightlifter, and that is what we carry all the time. We have it. We have them all the time. Instead of like pre-workout, we just eat a handful of gummy clusters.
So Nerd can also sponsor Yerp.
I know.
While
We
we're
need.
Yerping, we want to be
Us-
nerding.
Us climbers carry gummy worms of the sour assortment.
Gummy worms.
So
Yeah.
We do.
A 5-pound bag, I think, is always in Adam's climbing bag.
I have the trolleys. They're trolleys.
Oh my
or
gosh,
whatever
we need like a community. Okay, we got to put a post about this. Like, what candies are we?
What's the snacks?
Yeah.
All right. So I think we got a list of restaurants that you can call on in the next week, Lauren. So the kind of shifting gears, the next piece, which as the guy who's programming this thing and trying to drive product, I do have questions. And I am interested in everybody's opinion. I'm going to share my screen just so we have something to kind of look at as I talk. But as somebody who is using the app as well, I think that's one of the other things that we talk about here is that like it's built by the community for the community. Like I'm using it just like everybody else is. And one of the things that I struggled with yesterday and texted Chris after hours was I was using the post feature on the home screen, and like I love the post feature, but the way that I built it, I don't know that I love, and I'm looking for feedback. So right now, this post here is a public post, as is this one and this one. There's a couple other ones in here, but I do have, like, for instance, this one is a post that was generated from an event. So if I click this is an event related to climbing this weekend. And this post is a post that I put into the event on the post tab. The way that I built this, though, is that post actually shows up in the main screen, and it is tagged as this is related to an event. And then here's another one. This is actually related to an event. And there's a couple other, I think I have one in here that was, it was actually like to my friends only. And like the feeling that I had was like, I was scared to interact with the post because I didn't know if I was posting to just my friends, just the event, to my group that is a closed group or publicly. So therefore I kind of didn't. And I guess my first question is, since you're like the person here, Corey, unfortunately you're getting called on for everything.
It's
But have
fine. I love it.
you used the post feature at all on our app?
I mean, I have creeped on it just to see that like things were happening, but, and this is related to some of the rabbit holes, like between the event posts from other Meetup, Eventbrite, Facebook, Sandlot, they all are lacking in some aspect. And what a lot of people have a problem with in Facebook specifically is most groups are now transitioning from public to private so that people can't see their posts because people weren't interacting because they didn't want somebody else in the world to see their stuff. So I think that's fair that like in this stream, if you don't have a way to know I'm only in my private ones versus the public ones, you'll get less interaction for that reason.
That's a good point. Yeah.
So one of the thoughts that I had, I have a few options to fix this, I think. The first one would be I could change the way that the navigation works up here or add some additional ones that like literally is like public, groups, friends only, you know, and you can click through and that way like you're confident that what you're looking at is that area. Or the other option is I can make it so that when you're on the home screen, the only thing that you see are public posts. And the only way to get to a group post is to actually get to it from the group. And so like, for instance, you know, if I wanted to go check on what's going on with this particular event, I would have to go to the event and then go to posts. But that feels like, to me, that's like hiding it too deep. So
yeah,
like
It would
Agree.
never get seen.
right.
and if you're in multiple groups, you're not going to go, that's too many clicks to go in. Like if I want to know what's going on today, I want to go to my stream and I want to see which group is active and doing something now. Me personally, granted everyone's different, I would just like a filter to see like group posts, public posts, and you know, all posts. And one thing that I hate about Facebook is like someone will post on the event that I create because the rocks are all on our Facebook group and I don't see it. So like before the event, I have to go in and check, like, did somebody cancel? Are they running late? Like I have to actually go in and do it. And it's not easy to get to. So that functionality would be fantastic as the runner of the activity to know if somebody was interacting with it.
So right now, for instance, I have my posts that when I click this is literally showing me everything that I've posted. If I had my groups and then literally any post related to the any groups that you're in would show up in here. Would that be like, do you think that's a good solution?
Yes, with one caveat, I might want to silence certain groups. So like MVP, yeah, I would probably want to groups, but in future, some groups end up getting really chatty and I don't want to see them. I'll go in and I'll check on them. And I only want to show like the groups that I really care about, but I don't want to miss it. So it makes sense.
So along that same line, then if I was in a group, I could, you know, go to the post or something and just be like silence group is what you're saying?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And as far as like sort order goes, that's another thing that I'm thinking about is like if I have just like I have my posts, I have them sorted from oldest to newest. So the newest one is at the top, the oldest is at the bottom. Would that be how you would want it on the groups, or would you want them organized by group? Would you want an additional filter here where you can pick your group and then it shows you only that group's stuff? Like, how do you see using that?
That's a great question.
You don't have to answer it now. I'd rather the right answer, and a day than the off the cuff answer. So
I mean, I'm sure some people would want to be able to go to just a specific group. But if they just want to see a specific group, go to that group and go see it there. Like
Mhm.
you can't, yes, I understand you want to account for all different types of users. And if you, Adam, you said you're a techie, but if you want to talk about personas and which users would be using it and how they would interact with it, we can have that conversation. But I wouldn't want you to like overcomplicate accounting for all those workflows if you already have that built in
So
there.
now I'm really intrigued because I've heard you say MVP and personas and workflows. I'm now starting to think you're in the business. So care to share what you do, or do you want to keep that on the wraps for this call?
I am in IT-ish. I don't code, but I work with a number of industry developers, fintech, etc., process improvement. So, yes,
Got it. Okay.
I've done the things.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're using the right vernacular, so that's interesting. Okay. Cool. All right, so I think that gives me some direction on here. Anybody else have any strong opinions?
If I may add to some thought now that we're looking at this and talking about it, especially from a group perspective. I know that currently the algorithm is based off of a point system for how much attention it's getting. I think relevance to like an event being posted or being tagged to it or linked, I think ideally people are going to be a lot more interested in it. So in terms of the group noise, I think being able to filter out things that are already connected to an event or something that is leading up to an event, and getting more eyes on that, being that like if you're looking through group noise, that's more something you're looking for. So
you're saying that in a post that has an event linked should get more attention?
I think in the group aspect, depending, and I know that's kind of like there's two sides to that sword. One is that the ones that don't have any attention or event are the ones that need the focus because those are the ones that need people to join. But the other thing too is like for the ruck group, like if you know that you have an event coming Wednesday, or next week, like as the host of that group, and that's what the group is made for. That's also like what you want to be able to sell in that group. So like it would also make sense that the focal point of when you look at that group is seeing the events that you guys are hosting. If I'm not wrong.
Wouldn't you do that by just going to the group? Like if I head over to the group, I'd be able to see like upcoming, or I
Yeah,
guess I can here, but
and it would be the same for if you went to the Discovery feed as well. You would see your group events that are going on as well. But if you're looking at the activity that's going on, things like questions that are going on for the event, things are like, discussing, if a time is changing or like weather, for example, for like today's Ruck event, like wouldn't that be something prevalent that you'd want to see the post for immediately before you go and head out for the event versus, seeing a bunch of noise that you have to filter through just to get to that. And I know you could go and see that discovery, but part of that too is like going to your home feed is like that quick information you want it immediately. So just trying to figure out a balance for that is, I think what we need probably more discussion time and more thinking about what that algorithm might look like. So.
Like algorithm's a bad word. I know that's exactly what it is. I feel like everybody equates like the algo to the bad thing, but that's really what it is. So
I mean, it's math.
All right. I think that at least gives me enough that I can iterate on a new version and probably have it in by the next call next week to like see what we come up with. Trying to think of other stuff that and by the way, Corey, you are the reason why this little thing right here is hyperlinked, by the way. Because
my Facebook link, you couldn't do it.
Yeah, like it was, you made the thing and I saw it and I was like, I can't click that. And so 24 hours after you made that, I had already coded in the clickable stuff and had it in the app. So thank you for that good idea, by the way.
So my next thing will be, can I hold and copy it? Because I was trying to join this call from my laptop.
Uh-huh.
but I only have the
Yeah.
app on my phone. So I was going to copy it to my Mac and it wouldn't let me copy.
Yes. So I am actively working on a few things.
Yeah.
I am working on the ability to, in your messages, and this will be similar functionality, but edit, react, copy, and I think there was, delete. That was the other thing. So all of those I'm working on that piece, but I need to expose that to this area too. Good point. So there is so many things. It was funny. I don't even know that I want to show this, but
It'll never end, man, because I have already other things I want from you.
I mean, let's go. Like, now is the time to do it. That's what this call is about. Honestly, like, I hope there's 50 people on here soon telling me all the things that they hate about the app and all the things they want changed, because I want to build in public.
What Adam is really saying is he doesn't like to sleep at all. So if you can give him stuff to keep him up all night,
I will give you
it's
so
his
much
favorite
stuff.
thing. So
All right. Well, like, what's your wish list? I want to hear it.
So first and foremost, because I was going to create my event for next week, because we do it most Wednesdays, not every Wednesday, but there's no way to copy an event, change the date. That's the first thing. So I ain't got to do it 1,000 times over. The second thing would be recurring, but the ability to edit the recurring, like, for example, Sandlot, Go Ruck's app, I stopped putting them on there because if you set up a recurring event, you can't edit one event. And now I get literally reminders from old events because I can't delete the old events that I set up as recurring. So now I get like 4 reminders on my phone from events that no longer exist anymore. All that.
So I don't know if you just saw while you were talking, but I just moved the ability to create recurring events into my to-do for this week.
Thank you.
And I already had cloned. So
Okay.
you have now impacted
Look at you go,
the
Adam.
product.
No.
I will work on getting those. But as you can see, there are 62 other features right here.
I'm sorry. What are you using? What app
have
is
not
that?
happened yet. So
GitHub.
Okay, that's what I thought, 'cause I couldn't see.
Every time me and Adam talk, we create like 5 new cool things we want to do with the app, and then just load Adam up with more stuff to code. So
yeah, but hopefully on these calls, somebody will be like, I want this, and then I'll pull it and it'll be my next to do. And so that's really what I want to do, is I want to build what the community wants and ultimately arrive at the app that everybody uses instead of all of the other things. So, all right, so recurring, copy. What else is on your list of things that you have on your wish list?
So that's self-serving, because I don't want to I don't want to keep using this other app that I stopped using. So that's why I was testing this one out of, like, if this is better for us to do, for that reason of people that don't want to go on Facebook, but we want them to be able to find our events. I think probably like a near me option. I think it's on there, but I don't know that the GPS was necessarily precise enough to say like what is happening near me right now or in like the next few days, because I think it said.
So I'll give you some inside baseball on that one. Here, let me. So the way that this is kind of the cheap seats, because I haven't quite figured out how to do this. So I'll explain why it doesn't do what you want it to do and why it will do it in the future.
Okay.
So hiking and things like that, there are trailheads on Google Places, for instance. So Google Places API is what most apps use. So when you start to type like Swamp Rabbit Brewery as my meetup point, it's going to come from the Google Places API. The issue that I have is on the adventure side of this thing, for instance, Whiteside's ice climbing. Climbing trails, I don't know if you've ever climbed before, but it's like drive this back road to this other back road and park next to the big white boulder and take the climber trail down to the, so those things don't
duck under the fence that's been cut in half.
Yeah.
but don't tell
But-
anybody. Yeah.
This is like what the guidebook says too. It's not even just like
Really?
some random person.
Yeah. So the issue is that those aren't on Google Places. And I've been on a search for a database that I can connect to that has all of the things. And what I have found is, for the most part, they're all closed databases. So I don't really have a good solution to the climbing side and the other places that have the like duck under the fence and go through the boulder and, you know, knock 3 times and the troll will let you in. So we didn't really build a real location service. So the way that I did it now is it's basically states.
Yeah.
So if you notice when you connect in, it asks you for your location.
Mhm.
This is typed in, it doesn't even search, but the state is what it keys off of.
Yeah.
And then what I did on the back end, which was smart and dumb at the same time, is the near me feature is actually every state that touches the state that you're in.
I
And
saw.
so if you're in South Carolina, then North Carolina and Georgia are the ones that show up in your near me, which is great for right now when we're a little baby app with 1 or 2.5 states, but it will have significant problems in the future. So very soon your app will probably prompt you and say like, hey, would you like to share your location?
Yeah.
And the issue there then is there are 2 types of sharing. There is coarse, and then there is specific. I can't remember the exact terms, but basically, like, do I know where you are? Like precise. Thank you. That's what I was looking at. Precise down to like 3 feet.
Yeah.
Or do I know where you are within a couple miles?
Yeah.
And I think I'm going to go with the couple miles because I don't know that I want to know your precise location. I have no business knowing your precise location. So,
And I would agree with that one. I wouldn't like within a few miles, like, and that's the thing that I see on the communities is like, hey, does anyone have time on a Tuesday afternoon in this area to go for a walk? So like, it would be nice for me of like, hey, I'd like to go for a walk. Is anybody within a reasonable distance for me to get there? Like, that's where I'm thinking of it would be nice for people to connect more and try meetups.
I love that. That is the vision. That's where we're headed. I just am not smart enough to figure out exactly how we need to do it the right way yet. And I wanted to do it the right way before I did it a way that was the wrong way and then have to change it. So
No, that's great. I love it.
The inside baseball behind the location situation right now.
I love it. Now I want to see your backlog and I want to see all the other.
Oh, you want to see the backlog? I'll show you the
No,
backlog.
I don't know. Like I want to. Okay, as I said, this is my job. I'm an agile coach. Like my job is literally to scour people's backlogs and go.
We should totally go for a run one night and we can talk business because you're speaking my language now. I'm a product manager by day.
And perfect because I don't like to do the product management. I like to do the hey, here's all the things you should do better, but don't make me do it.
That's funny. So you actually touched on something. It was like, hey, I want to go on a walk. So I think that's another one, and I'll probably bring it up on the next call as well. But you know, in our app right now, we have only 8 activities.
Yeah.
And they were hand chosen by Chris and I for a reason. Mainly because we're trying to create a community of a bunch of crazies. That's kind of what it is. And the problem, or not the problem, the situation we are in right now is that usually somebody has one other thing that they do that isn't on this list. So I've already been hit up for scuba diving, caving, canyoneering, paragliding was hit up recently. Somebody wants us to add running, which, you know, like seems so obvious.
There's so many running groups out there.
That's
like,
the thing,
go
right?
run in the woods. Like, get out of here.
So, but trail running as as a former ultra marathoner, trail runner guy, like I feel like that kind of does fall into the essence of adventurous people doing adventurous things.
It's true.
And I don't necessarily want to gatekeep and be like, well, if you're just going to run the Swamp Rabbit Trail, like you're not on my app. But I don't know. So I'm interested in your opinion. Like, what's your thought about including additional activities? And I've got a couple ideas, but I'd be interested in yours first.
I have thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking at your audience that you are targeting, like you said, if you truly want a bunch of weirdos that want to get out in the woods and do strange shit, sorry, we're
Make it
recording.
deliverable.
Apologies. Then yeah, don't put the run-of-the-mill walking, running, etc. But to your point, there are some crazies that they want an event that it is like we have an ultra runner in our ruck club and he just comes and it's like, hey, I'm prepping for my 100-mile marathon, whatever that he's going to be doing in Arizona, but he comes to the rucks on a light day. So just because that person like doesn't, you know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't want to like not include it because those same people might want to do those activities, or they want to entice the not so crazy people to come into their crazy club. And you can't get people to come into the crazy club unless you give them just a little bit of crazy for them to start being a little more crazy and adventurous into those other things. So like you kind of have to figure out, like, do you want to open it to that? Let's make more people crazy and get outside and do like 20-mile hikes with us. You might have to start out with the lowest common denominator, which is somebody that just wants to go for a 2-mile hike or walk.
So Marucci, I think you're in the category of people who probably wouldn't click very many of the buttons in here, but would click a running button, right?
Yeah.
So talk to me about that and like what your feeling is on me not including running in this app, and like you just like you're canceled. Sorry.
Well, my feelings won't be hurt because I can still hike and do all of that. I also now run in Colorado, where it is kind of like an adventure to run here because you could run in hikes. I mean, people run during hikes and it's like, oh my God, you're going to fall off the mountain. But we also do a lot of trail. We do all of that, which again elevates it to the point where it's not just the runners that are wearing their cute little shiny, they're more ready for some rugged stuff. So I don't know if we want to kind of identify that we have runners that are willing to get woodsy and adventuring, and again we have a lot of runners, which are the ones that I've been trying to hit up, that also partake in a lot of these other activities. Again, this is Colorado, so people here, they're all getting out there, they're all touching grass, and it doesn't matter what sport that they that they favor, but they still get out there. So again, I don't think that I have a different experience than what I would have had in Florida, where it would have just been running on the pavement, maybe
I do. Anybody else have any strong opinions before I give my perspective on it and I think where we might head?
I think that being that we're building community I think the community is going to really dictate what ends up actually being on these activities and that feedback, because we've gotten a lot of feedback on running, and I feel that like it would behoove us to put running in there because people are asking for it. And like Marucci was saying, there's a lot of overlap in the communities. As a mountain biker, I also climb. So like, maybe somebody who also mountain bikes also is looking for a group of trail runners, or somebody who mountain bikes is also looking for, somebody to go paragliding with, it's just, I think that every community out there is running into the same issue with social media and all these other sites and all these other apps that don't do everything they want to do well enough that we could be, I don't want to say we could be a catch-all, but we could fill those gaps for some of these communities that are searching for it, as long as they fit the bill that we build for. So
Okay. So the product guy and me, I think we already have solved this problem. So the way that Chris and I designed the app, by picking the activities that you're interested in and having the default filters kind of across the board of my phase, which is the same across in here in the For You, it's hidden, but it really is only showing you or elevating your favorite activities to the top, as is the same thing with events and with groups and with people. It's already applying near me and my favorites to everything. So theoretically, we could add any activity under the sun, and as long as the person has chosen their favorites, the other ones won't even surface like to the app at all. So you kind of have the ability to put blinders on and be like, yeah, you know what? We could have basket weaving on here, and I'm not going to see it, and I don't really care. Like, let the basket weavers do the basket weaving. Like, you know, so like functionally, the app already kind of does that, and it'll silence the noise. And same thing with like posts. So if I'm on the home screen and I post, like you can't post without selecting an activity. So everything in the app is cordoned off to be directly relevant to your particular interest. So going back to the thing is like, I could add any number of icons here. I might have to change the way that you find them. Because right now it's really pretty. There's 8, and I don't want to put a 9 because then it's going to be all off. Like I'm going to have to add 4 additional ones if I do this, or make the icon smaller. Like then, oh gosh, it's going to mess me up. But I could put anything. And so I think Chris's point though is like the community is going to tell us, and I think we'll add more. It's just a matter of like where the line is. And I've used this before. I don't know if I said that to you, Chris, but like I've seen billboards for PETA before, and it has like cat, dog, pig, you know, and then it like goes to horse, and it's like, where is the line between food and pet? Kind of like, you know, or like, oh, you know, like where is it? And so I feel like we're constantly going to be battling like where is the line between bingo night and rock climbing? And I don't know. I think it's a matter of like maybe the community has a way of voting for new activities, and we put them in if it gets enough votes. I don't know. The other thought I had was adding other as an option, but it kind of removes the filtering piece of it. And then the other one that I thought was adding community or like social, because there's times where like I just want to go grab a drink and talk about adventurous things. I don't necessarily want to go do it tonight. So those are the 2 thoughts. And I saw you kind of like raise your hand, Corey. So
it was that because I signed up to be an ambassador for Girls Who Hike SC this year, and they do have events that are community events where it's just, hey, like last night, one of them, they had a vision board, or they have a book club. But it's the same group. It's just, you know, they have other things. Yeah.
Lauren, what do you?
I was gonna say we want to talk to Girls Who Hike specifically, and it's a great use case because I was just looking through the Facebook group and I was noticing there was a lot more of just like things you can't really contain. So I think social was a great way to put it. And and I was just gonna say I talked to somebody today. They do camping, backpacking, or whatever things, and they fly fish, and it was just like, oh yeah, like that. There's these little pockets that are like, that people were looking for. So I just wanted to say, being in Greenville, like being here, being rooted here, I can see why running would be a predominant thing. So I think it's dependent on, like Marucci said, dependent on where you are. that community is going to pipe up and say, this is something that we do here that we don't do here. So I think in Greenville, Greenville specifically is going to lean heavy running, and it just is. And I think that might be our first step, and of course social. And then where you see those launches in other places, I think that they're going to have a leading thing that we just don't have.
Yeah. Okay, that was a great discussion. Those are the kind of things that I need. So I'm kind of at the end, aside from just like the thank you, like my mind is blown that like we're at actually it was 166 when we started. Let's see what it is now. Let's see. 167. We got one user while we were talking. So
I was pretty motivated through this chat, so I actually signed up on the app while we were.
Oh, did you?
yeah, I created an account finally.
I appreciate that. So I think the thank you to everyone who joined, and then whoever's watching this after the fact, and then also like the call to action is we need more people. We need more people on it. And we need more events, and we need more posts, and like let's make this a thriving community that makes me want to use the app. Like I've got my 8 buddies that I talk to regularly on it, and my kind of measurement on whether the app is actually working or not is whether we stop text messaging around going and doing things. Like that to me is my actual test. Is when I get my last Facebook message and I got my last text message on, hey, are we doing the thing? That's how I know I'm going to be successful. But I think for it to be working for everyone, you need to invite everybody you know. And I understand that it's a new app, and I love it because it's my app, and Chris's app, and well, it's actually all of our apps now. But I want to get to the point where you actively want to invite people. Not because you're here and you're using it or whatever, but like it actually has become the place to be and the tool to use to plan. And so I need all the ideas, I need all the bugs, I need all the reasons why you're not on it, or if you're on it, why you haven't invited your entire contact list, and let me go and tackle those. And I've got 62 items in the backlog now. And, if I've got 620 next week, I'll hire a developer to help me, but the more ideas, the better. So that's kind of what I've got to kind of wrap up. I don't know, Chris, if you've got something, or anybody else before we part ways for this week's exciting installment of community.
I do, before Chris, you do the wrap up. Corey, I'd like to pick your brain. We'd like to, learning the dynamics of Girls Who Hike specifically, like wanting to serve them better and making sure that they have the resources. Like, how do we best share and respect that group and not be, so I've been curious about how to do that. And being an ambassador, you have a really good feel on that. So if we can talk off of this call, just connect so you can kind of help us get that idea of how we can best support them and kind of get the word out. That would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. They are a unique case, and I was thinking about it today, literally, about how would they. So we can discuss that.
Yeah, I want to be respectful. It's quite just delicate and very established. And I know that I actually met one of my good friends 10 years ago or something like that. So for that. So yes, but that is just timely and really would be really helpful. And we want to make sure that we serve them and help them get on if that's helpful to them. So
cool.
All right. Well, Chris, you have any parting words, or shall we do
just want to say thank you for watching and joining the call. And yeah.
Wait, this is where you say like and subscribe and comment, right? And share.
Okay, hold on. Ready?
Is it like there? Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you for joining. Just make sure that you like, subscribe, and comment, and follow up for next week, so that way you guys can see our community call next week right here. And then I'm going to edit all of that in just different locations that don't line up, because I'm not that good at editing either. So, awesome. Yeah, thanks for joining.
Cheers.
Thank you.
I think I can